Before we end here, I wanted to ask one last question to both of you, which is, we're in a great place, I'd argue. It sounds like we are in terms of automation, but what gaps still exist, and what do you think the space needs moving forward in terms of automation?
Well, I can jump in one, right? There's automation that's available, but as Matt hinted before, it doesn't mean that there's full penetration. Not everybody is taking advantage of this, and there's a range of reasons, and some is the difficulty in getting on and understanding, and this basement factor, which reminded me of a few places where the automation really was there was a physical barrier to almost get down there. But there was also a part of that was purposeful, because if you weren't trained, they didn't, and I guess I was part of this group too, we didn't necessarily want everyone on it to break it. But I think that's the part here, is that as these things are getting more benchtop and more less complex in size and footprint, that there's really an opportunity to take better advantage of these. We've gone over probably a couple of times now. The cost, the reproducibility, the speed, all are aspects that you think would drive it, but there's just remains a few little barriers that keep companies or groups or even academic labs from fully embracing.
Yeah, I agree. And I laugh at the physical barrier, because sometimes I can't tell if it's to keep people out or to keep us in. It's kind of our joke. But yeah, I mean, essentially getting people on board, I think, and I can end off here, but encouraging companies to take more risks in the more niche applications. It's really easy to make a dispenser or a liquid handler that has 100 heads on it and stuff like that. But I think getting into some more of the niche stuff, especially around science developments, like the microfluidics, some of the more delivery technologies that are out there now, and some of the more specific applications to support those types of technologies. So finding a good way, whether it's modularity or more homegrown stuff, and enabling the community. I think just being willing to take some risks on stuff, and support even earlier stage research before it gets to that screening and the high throughput and that kind of a stage would be really exciting to see. But